It's really exhausting. It's really difficult when you can't do anything.
Next at 11, a family spread across different states now searching for their father, last seen in Orlando. How they say it all started with the CrowdStrike chaos that impacted airports nationwide.
They called him Poppers, but you know him as Pat Williams, the co-founder of the Orlando Magic. Tonight, a celebration of life for him.
Then, a man honored for saving the life of a total stranger. How he jumped in to help a woman survive a fiery crash.
Local, live, late-breaking. WESH 2 News starts now.
And first at 11, Orlando police are looking for a man in his 80s who was supposed to catch a flight home from Orlando. Officers say Patrick Bailey was set to fly home last Sunday, but the CrowdStrike outage canceled his flight. Thank you for joining us. I'm Stuart Moore.
And I'm Summer Knowles. Police say Bailey checked into a hotel for the night, checked out the next morning, and hasn't been heard from since. WESH 2's Haley Crumbleholm spoke with the man's family, who's been tracking him for days. In Brevard County, Cocoa Beach police are investigating after a body was found inside a car. Officers say that car was parked on Ramp Road near A1A and 5th Street. A witness says the Toyota Camry had been there for about 2 weeks before she noticed a very strong smell and flies surrounding it. That's when she says she called police. Officers have not released a cause of death, nor have they released an identity for the body.
In Orange County, a man is being held on a $10,000 bond accused of threatening to kill his landlord. According to court documents, 44-year-old David Waring notified his landlord that he was leaving his rented home early. And when he told him that he would not have to pay for breaking that lease, he became upset, refusing to do so and sending threatening texts. Documents show that included messages like, "I will fight to the death," "You will die," and when the text messages stop, is "When I will kill you." Now in Volusia County, a child's guardian is facing neglect charges after deputies say a 5-year-old boy was found in an intersection with no shoes. They say that boy was found on East New York and Crystal Avenues in DeLand. Deputies say his guardian last saw the child at 2 when she told all of her kids to get in her care to get into the car. They say the woman never called 911 to report the boy missing, even though she noticed he was gone.
We saw showers and storms across central Florida throughout the evening, sparking some flooding concerns for some of our northern counties. Chief Meteorologist Tony Manalfi is here now. And Tony, things have begun to clear out tonight, but we could see the moisture return once again this weekend.
Yeah, well said. I tell you what, we still have a little bit of lingering light rain out there, but nothing like earlier summer when we had multiple flood advisories up there into Marion County. A little bit of light drizzle here through northeastern Lake County, but other than that, things are winding on down. Let me show you some of the rainfall totals from earlier today. Daytona Beach to Leon Springs, Ormond Beach, all over an inch of rain. In DeLand, almost 3/4 of an inch of rain. So overnight tonight, the showers winding on down. Out the door tomorrow morning, we are going to be in good shape. It's going to be warm, it's going to be humid, and we are going to heat up very, very quickly. In fact, take a look at 3, 5, and 7, falling back into the upper 70s. From 7 to 11, nearing the 90-degree mark. We'll get to about 93 to 95 in the afternoon, feeling like 102, 103 before the showers and storms get going. I'll talk more about that straight ahead. And the other big story is this tropical wave here that's going to be gradually moving off towards the west-northwest. I'll show you the trends on the water vapor channel with both the GFS and the European computer models coming up. And we have, for a change, some good agreement, but the trend is more towards the south. I'll let you know where the long-term duration track could be down the road when I see you guys coming up here at about 11:47. See you then.
Tony, thank you. A tribute to an Orlando legend. Family, friends, and fans celebrated and gathered to celebrate the life of Pat Williams at a memorial. The co-founder of the Orlando Magic died on July 17th from complications related to viral pneumonia. He was 84 years old. Tonight, WESH 2's Gail Pascal Brown shows us how Williams is being remembered. Pat Williams led quite the life. In 1986, he teamed up with local businessman Jimmy Hewitt to begin the process of bringing an NBA team to Orlando. The next year, the NBA's Board of Governors granted the expansion. In 2012, Williams was honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award by the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. Then, in 2014, he was named to the Magic's Hall of Fame as a member of its inaugural class. You can find our complete coverage of the life and legacy of Orlando Magic co-founder Pat Williams right now on WESH.com.
JetBlue is suing the state of Florida. The airline is accusing the state of wrongfully assessing that it owed an additional $631,000 in corporate income taxes from 2019 to 2021. JetBlue says the state calculated the tax based on an area that extends farther than Florida's borders. The lawsuit comes just days after the airline announced plans to pull out of Tallahassee International Airport.
In Commitment 2024, former President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama are endorsing Kamala Harris in her bid to the White House. The endorsement was announced in a video that came out this morning showing Harris speaking with the couple over the phone. This comes as Harris works to build momentum ahead of the Democratic Party's national convention next month.
Florida's Democratic leaders say the state is in play this election season as the races become more competitive. The declaration comes as some Democrats nationally feel that Florida is not a focus in the 2024 presidential election. Republican leaders in the state, including Governor Ron DeSantis, say they are confident Florida's electoral votes will go to former President Donald Trump. The Orange County Supervisor of Elections office is getting ready for the August primary. Workers and members of the public were able to feed ballots into voting machines this morning. It was all part of testing to see if those machines could catch issues like blank and overvote ballots. The county's election supervisor, Glenn Gilzian, says the machines all seem to be running as they should.
WESH 2 has been holding a series of debates ahead of the Florida primary elections. One of those is for the Republican primary for Congress in District 8. District 8 includes all of Brevard and Indian River counties and parts of Orange County, including Christmas, Bithlo, and Wedgefield. This is an open seat because Republican Congressman Bill Posey is retiring. The candidate spoke on reproductive rights.
In general, what we need to do is promote a culture of life. When I was growing up, Ronald Reagan said, choose life, it's a wonderful choice. And I happen to be endorsed by the Susan B. Anthony Foundation, the largest pro-life group in the United States.
I would support a prohibition on abortion. Now, I don't think just writing a law is the right way to go. What I would prefer to do is to look, how do I get that demand to zero?
I don't believe that tax dollars should pay for any abortions. And right now, we're paying for many millions. And we need to stop that.
You can watch this full debate and the others in our series right now on WESH.com. They are all under the Commitment 2024 tab. Next at 11, getting ready for high school football. We'll get a sneak peek at some of the talent in Central Florida this season before practices begin next week.
Plus, a fiery crash leaves a woman wondering if she'd survive.
I was having my moment with God. I said, God, if this is my time to go, please just take care of my son. And then I heard, is anyone in there?
What she had to say to the stranger who jumped into action to save her life.
Plus, the store manager's quick thinking helped save one of his employees. The scary moments at a local Publix, and the man now back home with his family.
Summer Knowles on WESH 2 News.
Battling a more than 230,000 acre wildfire continues to be a challenge for firefighters in California tonight. The so-called Park Fire has been dubbed the largest wildfire in the state this year. Officials say it started on Wednesday and thousands of people are now under evacuation orders. More than 1,600 firefighters are battling the flames tonight.
Back here in Central Florida, a fiery crash in Seminole County left a woman wondering if this was the moment that she was going to die. But she said at the very end, she was finally able to hear a voice of a stranger that was coming to help.
WESH News' Dave McDaniel has the story.
He was meant to be there. Wow. All right, now to Orange County. A 39-year-old man is thanking the people who stepped in to save his life after going into cardiac arrest while working at a local Publix. Officials say this happened last month. They say the man's manager quickly retrieved an automated external defibrillator, or AED, and began delivering the electrical shocks. That's when fire rescue crews arrived and continued care while taking the man to the hospital.
Them attaching the AED and shocking him immediately, it could give him that second that he needs for us to get on scene. According to the American Association, 9 in 10 cardiac arrest victims who receive a shock from an AED in the first minute survive.
In less than 2 hours, a Falcon 9 rocket is set to blast off from Kennedy Space Center, carrying another batch of Starlink satellites into orbit. Here's a live look at the launch pad where that rocket carrying 23 satellites is set to go up at 1:45 a.m. Falcon 9 just got clearance to launch again after the FAA grounded the rockets following an in-flight failure earlier this month. And in more space news tonight, NASA and SpaceX say the Crew 9 mission will launch no earlier than August 18th. The international crew will ride to the ISS in a Dragon spacecraft carried by a Falcon 9. When the mission launches, it will be from Kennedy Space Center.
And we've had some weather out there that could play a role in tonight's launch, but all in all, most of Central Florida pretty quiet, Tone.
Yeah, most of the rain is west of I-4. I think the launch is going to go up without a hitch tonight. Let's hope there's no mechanical issues, and it's nice to get one of these rockets back up. Yeah. It's weird going 2 weeks without a launch.
I know, it's been a while.
I know. Let me take you back outside right now. You can see up towards the square. Finally, a chance to dry on out. A lot of folks out there tonight as they're hanging out, having some fun with some family and friends after a long work week there. Look at the upper 70s up north, upper 70s here in town. Still 80 in St. Cloud, 81 on into Winter Haven. Boy, we had some showers and storms today, didn't we? Thankfully, no severe storms, but a lot of rain that led to a couple flood advisories up here in Marion County. Still a few sprinkles here, northeastern Lake County. Let me give you the updated forecast back towards the coast where we are not expecting any rain. Cumulus cloud rules are in play. 85% likelihood of a launch tonight from a weather standpoint. Not expecting any wind shear. Booster recovery concerns are also low. A couple more rainfall totals for you from today. Lady Lake, 2.3 inches of rain. Wildwood, you did very well. Oxford and Dallas also 1 inch to 1.5 inches of rain. But check this out. With all the rain up west, look at Orlando, Sanford, Daytona Beach, and Melbourne. We need anywhere from 7 to 10.5 inches of rain just to get back to normal. All right, forecast for tonight, 73 north and west, 80 coastal Brevard County. The tropics, we've got a couple of waves out here coming off the west coast of Africa and the eastern tropical Atlantic. 2 of them are about to merge, and then as it continues to move off towards the west-northwest, models tonight are indicating that there may be some sort of development heading into the Gulf of Mexico. In the short run, there's dry air, there's a little bit of wind shear, and there's the Saharan dust. Thereafter, though, let me show you what the GFS is doing, and the Europeans stacked up with this as well now, taking more of a southern track into the northwestern Caribbean and then potentially into the Gulf of Mexico. The Euro and the GFS now both doing that. Keep checking back in. This is going to flip-flop several more times between now and August the 5th when that could be the Gulf of Mexico based on tonight. We'll be here to for you. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, rainfall chances staying elevated. Temperatures begin to come down back into the weekend and early next week.
I think I might be too old for a career change, and I don't think my arm is quite as strong as it needs to be.
It's not.
But NFL quarterback money, woo.
Yeah, we're talking about Tua, of course, and man, we'd love to have that money. Yeah. A lot of people would. Give us that contract.
All 3 starting quarterbacks in the NFL from Florida all got new contracts this year. Tua set a new bar, though. An impressive bar. We're talking details next. Plus, Orlando City stepping out of MLS play, but staying red hot against Montreal. I'll explain. Highlights next in sports.
WESH 2 Sports is sponsored by Mullinax Ford. Shop Mullinax, where you'll find 0% financing and 3,000 new Fords on sale during the summer sales event. Now, WESH 2 Sports, sponsored by Mullinax Ford.
Staying scorching hot. Hello, everybody. I'm Darren Stoltzfus. As Orlando City stepped out of MLS play for the in-season Leagues Cup tournament, there was 0 drop in momentum. This team staying red hot since mid-June. They continue that tonight against CF Montreal. That is it for sports. More news when we come back.
Custom weather alerts on the WESH 2 app. Download it today.
The Olympic Zone.
Live from Universal Orlando Resort.
Join us each night during the Paris Olympics
for in-depth coverage of the games,
the highlights,
medal counts,
and a behind-the-scenes look at what's happening from Paris.
Plus, follow our own local athletes on their quest to win gold. We are thrilled to be hosting the Olympic Zone.
Live from Universal Orlando Resort. Are you ready for the games?
We are.
Beginning Saturday at 7:30. Brought to you on WESH 2 by Advent Health. Closed captioning brought to you by National Floors Direct.
It's an exciting day tomorrow. Not only do you get to see these two folks when you wake up bright and early, the Olympics officially kick off. We'll see you tomorrow night for Ozone over at Universal Orlando Resort.
Thanks for watching.